Hey, hello. Good morning. I'm just kidding. It's obvious that it's Saturday at the night, 10 p.m. actually in Ecuador. And good morning from my people of from India, and good morning from Pakistan. Good morning from China, and good morning to Japan, Nihongo. So today I'm going to work, and what I'm going to work is about my assignments because I have to confess that uh, I have really busy. I have really busy these days, and I haven't done anything. So today, like, if you remember, I watched this week four, week fifth libraries. I'm sorry for my English. Libraries. We have to watch this shorts, four shorts. Then also have I would like to watch again. How can I create my custom library, because I think that's important, and I would like to be able to create my own library. So yeah, we are going to watch this, and then I'm going to try to reply in notes in Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna to mute up my phone. I'm gonna to shut up my phone, and then I'm going to listen this. So we're going to listen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is my uh, uh, playlist, study playlist. I think you can be tend to think that this look like a mess, but actually it is. But this kind of my own order where I'm gonna to look for. Yes, this is the video. Okay, we're going to watch. Okay, muta.
Which is that you yourselves have the ability to make your own libraries. Up until now, we've been writing all of our functions in our one file, hello Pi and everything since. And now that we've introduced modules in Python, like random and statistics, we can import those that come with Python, but that's other people's code as well. And we've now used pip, this package manager, to install third-party packages as well in the system, and using other people's code still. But to come full circle, what if you yourself find yourself implementing the same kinds of functions again and again? Or you find yourself opening up old programs, copying and pasting code you wrote into new programs because you have the same problem yet again. A good practice would be to somehow bundle up that code you keep reusing and make your own Python module or package. You can keep it local on your own Mac or PC or cloud server, or you can go through the steps of actually bundling it up, making it free and open source, and putting it on something like PyPI for others to use as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run code of sayings.py to create a brand new file called sayings.py, which is going to be my own sayings module. And I'm going to define a couple of simple functions in there. I'm going to define a hello function that's going to take a name parameter as input, and that function is simply going to print out an f string that contains hello, comma, and then in curly braces, whatever that person's name actually is. Then I'm going to go ahead and define one other function, a goodbye function, that has def goodbye, also takes a name as its input, and then that prints out by contrast an f string that says goodbye, comma, and then in curly braces, name. And now, just for good measure, just so I can be sure that these functions are working as expected, I'm going to go ahead and define a main function in here too, just for the purposes of testing. And I'm going to go ahead and define a main function that simply does a couple of tests. For instance, it calls hello of quote unquote worlds, shall we say, and then it's going to call goodbye of quote unquote world as well. And hopefully what I'll see on the screen then is hello world and goodbye world when I run this program. Of course, as always, I need to explicitly tell Python to call that function, so I'm going to call main at the very bottom of this file. All right, let's try it out. Python of sayings.py, enter, and indeed, I see hello world and goodbye world, and so I think it's reasonable for me to assume that these functions, albeit simple, are pretty correct at this point. But now suppose that I want to use these functions as though I've indeed created my own library, my own Python module that makes available a hello function for me or anyone else who wants to use it, or a goodbye function as well. Well, let me go ahead and open up, again, say.py, but start fresh. And rather than have the cow say anything, let me go ahead and have my own library do the talking. So I'm going to go ahead and, as before, import sys so that I have access to command line arguments. And from my own module called sayings, I'm going to import hello. So because I created a file called sayings.py, I can say from sayings, and it's inferred by Python that I mean sayings.py, at least in this current directory, but I specifically am going to import just one of the functions for now, namely hello. And now I can do something like this. If the user obliges by giving me 2 command line arguments, which I can check by just checking the length of sys.argv, I'm going to then go ahead and call this new hello function, passing as its input sys.argv bracket 1, which should hopefully be the person's name, which I'm going to expect them to type at the prompt. So here we go. I'm going to go down to my terminal window, run python of say.py, and my own name, because I want my own name to end up in the command line arguments and therefore be part of the hello. So when I hit enter in just a moment, I should hopefully see hello, comma, David. So here we go, enter, and I see hello world, goodbye world, and then I see hello David. So why is this happening? Well, it turns out, even though I've done everything according to our own past practice, it's not really the right way to go about calling main after all. If I'm blindly calling main here at the bottom of my file, that means whenever this file is loaded by Python, main is going to get called. And unfortunately, that's true even if I'm importing this file or just a function from this file, as I am here in my say.py program. This is to say on line 3 here, when I say from sayings import hello, this effectively tells Python to go find that module, sayings.py, read it from top to bottom, left to right, and then import specifically the hello function. Unfortunately, by the time Python has read the file from top to bottom, left to right, that last line of code recall is to call main. Main gets called no matter what. So really, the right way to go about using a main function, which does solve that problem of ensuring that we can order our functions however we want and all the functions will be defined at the time they're invoked, I shouldn't be unconditionally calling main at the bottom of this or really any of my programs. I should instead use this technique. I should say if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals equals quote unquote underscore underscore main underscore underscore close quote, then and only then should you actually call main. Well, it turns out that this variable is a special symbol in Python, underscore underscore name underscore underscore. And notice that VS Code, because of its font, isn't quite showing those 2 underscores, but they're indeed there to the left and the right. This is a special variable whose value is automatically set by Python to be quote unquote main when you run a file from the command line, as by running python of sayings.py. So watch what happens now with this additional conditional in sayings.py. If I run python of sayings.py, it still works as before, because name will be automatically set to underscore underscore main underscore underscore when I run this file using python of sayings.py. But notice this. Name is not going to be set to quote unquote main. It's going to be set to something else, technically the name of the module, when I instead import the file like I do here. So this highlighted line of code, even though it will cause Python to go find sayings.py, read it from top to bottom, left to right, it's going to ignore the call to main this time because it's wrapped in that conditional. In this case, when I'm importing a file and not running it directly at the command line, main will not get called by definition of that name's value. So let me go ahead and try this. Instead of running Python of sayings.py, which is the module which contains that conditional main, let me go ahead here run Python of say.py, which is the program here before me that imports hello from sayings. But because of that conditional, it's not going to say hello to anyone else except me in this case. All right, we're here at the end of our week. It's only appropriate, I think, to import something other than hello. Why don't I go ahead and import not hello, but goodbye from here? Let me go ahead and call goodbye instead of hello. And this time when I run Python of say.py, I'm not going to type my own name. Allow me, if I may, to type in the whole world so that our final sentiment today is goodbye world. Indeed, that's it for this week. We will see you next time.
Yeah, that was the video. Okay, the video was that. I think we have to open APL calls, because APL calls, it has a it has to be it has a requiring feature that I have to understand. I didn't understand yet. I have to. So I'm gonna to watch this. We are going to watch this. Okay. I shut up.
Do that. Focus on one particular an application programming interface on API calls. Now, an API is an application programming interface, a way to talk to some other application, perhaps over the internet or in your own code. So today we'll focus on accessing an API over the internet, and we'll focus on one particular API, the API for the Art Institute of Chicago. Now, the Art Institute of Chicago is a museum based in Chicago, and they have an API, a way to access all of the artwork in their collection and display it in our programs as long as we make the right request. So let's see how we could do that. If I want to write a program here to access the API for the Art Institute of Chicago, I could start by writing a program here called api.py. I could then import a Python module called requests that allows me to send requests over the internet to the Art Institute of Chicago. I'll make for myself here a main function, and I'll leave it maybe empty for now. I'll go down below and call main as well, and now it's up to me to use the requests library to access the Art Institute of Chicago's API inside of this main function. So how can I do that? Well, I can actually look at the documentation for this API from the Art Institute. I can show you what it looks like a bit here. Here is, so how can I do that? Well, I can actually look at empty for allows me to send requests. I could start by writing a program here called api.py. I could then import a Python module called requests that allows me to send requests over the internet to the Art Institute of Chicago. I'll make for myself here a main function, and I'll leave it maybe empty for now. I'll go down below and call main as well, and now it's up to me to use the requests library to access the Art Institute of Chicago's API inside of this main function. So how can I do that? Well, I can actually look at the documentation for this API from the Art Institute. I can show you what it looks like a bit here. Here is their documentation as to how to use their API. And I focused on this particular, what we might say, endpoint, a way of accessing the API. This one is called /artworks/search. It's a way to search artwork in the Art Institute's database or in their collections. So let's try just sending a request to this particular domain, /artworks/search, this particular route, let's say. I'll go back to my program, and if I wanted to send a request there, I could use requests.get. And notice how .get here is the same way that the Art Institute said I should use this route.
I should use a GET request, HTTP GET request, to access whatever data they have at this particular route. So I'll use GET in my code, and I'll then type in the URL that they have asked me to use elsewhere in the documentation. They asked me to use this URL here, https://api.artic.edu/api/v1. This is the route to their API, the place they make their information available to access. But I want to use one particular route of their API, in this case the /artworks/search route to search artwork in their collection. So I'll go ahead and append here /artworks/artworks/search. And let's see what we get. I'll store the results of this in a variable called response, and why don't we just print response to see if everything went okay. I'll come down below to my terminal, I'll type Python of api.py, and I'll see response 200, meaning everything in this case was okay. 200, of course, referring to that HTTP status code that means everything went okay with our request. So it seems like the Art Institute has acknowledged our request to search some of their artwork. And this is what an API is. It's me sending a request to, in this case, the Art Institute, and them responding back to me with some info I might have requested, allowing me to access their data and include it in my own program without worrying how I can directly search their collections myself or have it stored on my own computer, let's say. So how do I get access to the data stored on my own computer program without worrying how I can directly search their collections myself or have it stored on my own computer, let's say? So how do I get access to the data inside of this response? Well, it turns out that according to the Art Institute, they're going to send us back this data in the form of JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It's a very common format for sending data over the internet. So if I want to read that JSON, thankfully, this response object comes with a way to do that. I can simply type response.json, and this will convert that response into a JSON into a JSON object I can actually read. In this case, I'll call it content. And now let's try printing content. I want to, of course, get the response, convert it to JSON, and then print the resulting JSON that I've gotten. And we'll see what that looks like here. I'll run Python of api.py, and now I see some JSON down below. If you're not familiar with JSON, that's okay. JSON is simply a collection of keys and values. In this case, let's see if we can find things like here. I'll run Python of api. I want to, of course, get the response, convert it to JSON, and then print the resulting JSON that I've gotten. And we'll see what that looks like here. I'll run Python of api.py, and now I see some JSON down below. If you're not familiar with JSON, that's okay. JSON is simply a collection of keys and values. In this case, let's see if we can find a particular key. I might scroll up a little bit here, and why don't we see, one like this, license links. This is a key. We know because it precedes a colon here. The value is, in this case, all of the links to the licenses for, I guess, this one particular artwork. Now, let's go ahead and try to make this a little more readable for us as humans. Often you're not simply reading JSON as this. It gets a little tricky to read. So I know by reading the documentation that actually the key with the values I'm looking for, in this case for artwork, is actually one called data. So if I clear my terminal, go back to my program, and update this program, I could actually do this. I could say for artwork in content data, just like this. And this is saying that in the content JSON object I received, there is a key called data. I know this because I read the documentation from the Art Institute. This key leads to a value that is in fact a list of artwork. So I'll say for artwork in this list of artwork that I know I got back per the documentation, why don't we go ahead and print what that artwork could look like? I'll go ahead and print in this case. I'll make it pretty. I'll make an F string with a little bit of a bullet here, and I'll say something like artwork. And I'll also go ahead and use another key here that I know exists from reading documentation, one called title, just like this. So if I go ahead and run Python of api.py, hit enter, there's another key here that I know exists from reading documentation, one called title, just like this. So if I go ahead and run Python of api.py, hit enter, I'll actually see a list of some of the artworks that I got back by querying this particular route of the Art Institute's API. So here I am using the API to access some data over the internet and use it in my program. I simply had to read documentation to understand the structure of the response I would get back and what keys I should use and what values they would give me. But let's think of what could go wrong if I'm trying to access, in this case, something over the internet. Maybe my internet connection is slow, I lose internet connection, lots of things can happen. So if you are going to query APIs you find online, it's best to have some checks to make sure that your request is actually working as you expect. So let's try this. Why don't I go ahead and use what I've learned about exception handling in Python. I know that there is this keyword called try, where I can try to do something, and if it doesn't work, we'll do something else instead to handle that particular case. So it's best practice to try this request because we aren't sure if it'll work. Maybe our connection is slow, maybe it breaks up. We might not be sure this is actually going to go through. So I'll try to get this response back, but if that doesn't work, it turns out in the requests library, it'll raise this exception, requests.http error, meaning there was an error with our HTTP request, a request we sent over the internet. If that's the case, why don't we just tell the user, I'll say maybe something like print couldn't complete request, just like this, and I'll go ahead and exit the program initially just by hitting return here, and this will say our program is done. We won't continue down below as well. What I want to make sure I do, though, is also this, and this is just per the documentation in the requests library. I want to make sure that I call response.raise4status. What this does is as follows. It says, I'm going to try to make this request to the Art Institute's API. I'm going to then check if the response actually worked as intended. If it didn't work, didn't give me back that HTTP 200, everything is okay, I will raise this requests.http error, and I will then handle it like this. I'll say couldn't complete request. So best practice here to make sure that if things don't work out, we're handling them a little more gracefully. But what else could we do with this API? We've seen how to make this request a little more robust, but it's not that exciting. If I run it again, we really just see the list of maybe the first 10 or so artworks that the Art Institute wanted to show us. APIs can be a whole lot more powerful than this. In fact, they get more powerful when you introduce parameters. So let's go back to the documentation here, and I can show you how I would read this. I notice that I can query the /artworks/search route, and this is supposedly a way to search artworks within their collection. But they also give me some available parameters, some ways to define my search. So in this case, there's a parameter called Q, and I can actually make that parameter a search query. Maybe I could type in somebody like Monet and get back paintings by Monet. Let's try it. So if I want to query this API, send a request to it, but also get back a particular search result with this parameter, I can do so as follows. I can go back to my code, and I can actually make use of another argument to the .get method in the requests library. I'll go ahead and style query this API, send a request to it, but also get back a particular search result with this parameter. I can do so as follows. I can go back to my code, and I can actually make use of another argument to the .get method in the requests library. I'll go ahead and style this just like this. We're still going to send a request to this particular route of the API, but now, as the next argument, I can actually provide a dictionary of keys and values. In this case, the keys will be the parameters to this particular URL. So in this case, the parameter, again, was called Q. I know this because I said the parameter was called Q over here. I can then type in some kind of some query. I might type, in this case, Monet, just like this. And now my request is a little more parameterized. I'm searching the artwork, but in this case, for one particular artist, in this case, Monet. Let's see what I get back. I'll go back down below, and I'll run python of api.py. And now we'll see what I believe are some works by Monet, water lilies being one of the more famous ones by Monet. So very cool. Now we can actually search the collections of the Art Institute using their API and using this particular artworks/search route. So why don't we give more control to the user here? If I wanted to, I could go back up here and I could say this. I could say, search the Art Institute of Chicago. And I could then ask for their input for some search query. I could say, type in an artist, and I'll say the input is just artist here. And now I could use this variable actually as the value for this parameter, just like this. And now a user is actually able to type in some search. We, on our end, in our program, will send that request to the Art Institute and get back all of the search results displaying the artwork titles for their particular artist. I'll go ahead and run python of api.py down below. I'll type in Monet. Let's see what we get. Again, the same works for Monet. If I go back and run again, I'll do python of api.py. Why don't we do someone like Picasso? I'll hit enter here, and we'll see some works from Picasso. So here we've made a way to search the Art Institute within our own program. And this really shows us the power of APIs, a way for us to actually use these routes over the internet, parameterized with various parameters, to access data that didn't exist in our program, but instead exists somewhere else.
Okay. Okay, we're going to try. I don't. I have to a good practice in order to understand what have you learned is to um, copy this code, copy this code, or try to try to let me yeah try to um, try to read, try to review this this code. For instance, import request I'm gonna to practice this. Yeah, Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna to call Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna to yeah. This is week 4 notes. Week 4 notes. It's this. This is emoji. Okay, emojizer. Import call say import C's. Okay, it's imports. Okay, import request. Import. Yeah, a lot of. I think we have to try to put these captions like um, making a program to call the car the car. Yeah, and then some list. Yeah, this is making a program to to who with no, yeah, that calls that calls to an API, and asks for for sons for for sons of a specific artist, artist. Okay, Jason. Yeah, this is the okay. This was the code, the notes. Import cosay, def cosay, lens rb, cosay tracks. Yeah, okay. Sys, yes, import sys. Okay, sys arc. Okay, I remember. Uh, sys exit. Okay, sys exit is in order to exit. And then import JSON. JSON, I don't understand it. It's like a format, or it's like a side tool in order to present, to show API information. That is, I understand. That was that I understood. But then response equals request equal that get. Okay, request that get is the syntax that I have to learn, and this is the link of the API, and plus this RB1, that is the prompt of the user, and then print JSON that dumps response JSON. Okay, response in JSON. Okay, indent equal to dumps. Okay, dumps is in order to indent. I understood that. Dumps response. Okay, yeah. This is okay. This is how JSON works in order to call APIs and present indentation. No, indented. Presented indented data. Okay. I think that is understanding right now. This is the the this is the okay. I'm gonna to watch this. I'm gonna to copy this. I mean this. I wanted to copy this. Okay. Another way to use a JSON is this. Okay, import request, import. I I I I imported requests before, so I think it's not necessary. Okay, so no, yeah, import emoji, import request, and then and then yeah, another way to use JSON is this, and the way is okay, call a variable response and request get in the API of artworks in JSON. So I think this gonna be to we're going to change the name of this function. We can call it like Chicago, because it's an API from Chicago. So Chicago, def Chicago in Chicago. Okay, def Chicago. Okay, def Chicago, and then I'm gonna to. Okay, I'm gonna to check if yes, if I have to I have to plus this. Yes, I have to do this because I know it looks awful, but I have to because it's better in order to practice with the code that is in the last line. I would like to create more sheets in every page of this Visual Studio Code. And put the code line, but I think it's better to have a lot of code um, in a in a in just one one pages one sheet. I don't know if the name is sheet or is I don't know page. Sounds like natural. Yeah, I think I have to put this because there are different lines of code, so I have to put like borders, limitations, boundaries. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you like the music. I find this song, and I think it's really interesting because I like the I like this this uh, I like that voice. The voice is really cute. Yeah. Okay, that's it looks like cryptology, like cryptic, but crypto. But yeah, this Chicago, and Chicago. Okay, Chicago. I'm gonna to run this play and let's check it out. Okay. Response Jason. Yeah. Okay. It's wow. It took a lot of time to present this. I think it's because there are a lot of programs working right now, so I think that is the reason why the lag. But okay, that is. I don't understand anything about that. Okay, that was the first code line. Yeah, API. Yeah, and the second code line was yeah. If we this is the second code line. This is if you watch this. We're going to copy this and we're going to paste. No, I opened another program that I don't need. Was Notion. No, Notion. Okay, I'm gonna to close. To close. To close. I'm closing Windows. Closing this app. Okay, desk applications. Okay, yeah, yeah. This is another. I'm gonna to close that. This is another way to use JSON. This looks like better because for I'm gonna to close that. Erase this because it's the same, but uh, it's better because it was I didn't I don't remember how did I say in English. It was fixed the problem about the cryptic words for artwork in content data print artwork title. Okay, yes, so I'm gonna to erase that and yeah, that's it. Okay, we have to go ahead. The third. Okay, and no. We have to shake and one thing. Well, the only thing that changed was uh, the this, nothing else. Yeah. So no, it's okay. It's okay. It's not. It wasn't significative. Okay. The third API is sys request. So okay. Okay. Here the thing is gonna changing because so now it's like this. Respond request get. Okay, request get. Okay. He's trying to raise for status and except he's raising an error. Print code complete request sys exit one. Okay, sys exit one. Why exit one? I didn't understand one. Sys exit one. Okay, try accept. Okay, content responses. I'm gonna to. We have to prove this. So we're going to. We're going to. We're going to. This. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. 4, 4, 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's ready to try it. Okay. Play. Ooh. Music. Yeah, music. Music. Okay. Let's okay. I don't understand a thing. Raise for status. Okay, I understand that. Try response raise for status. But why? Why? I didn't put anything. Where is the RBCs? Yes, where is cis? Hmm. Okay. Coronation. Content response JSON. Content. Okay, so response. I get the response request get that's in ready. Response get raise for series. That is in order to raise in an error. This is try. Try, okay, set. said when the link doesn't work, we're going to work with this. This is an exception when exceptions when this not working. We are telling the program how to behave, or what have to do. What do they have to do? So what does it have to do? So if the link doesn't work, the program has to um, print this and exit. Okay. Mm, but if it works, response raise for status, try, and then go to the bottom, I guess. Content reasons, okay. Okay. If for instance, if I erase that, and if I save, if I clean this, if I run, mm, request extension connection error. Connection error. There's another exception that I had to put in. I didn't. Okay, was connection error. Okay, but there's no connection error. Okay. Okay, I understand. We're going to put another thing. Yes, it's okay. Put two, put three. Okay, this is like the next step. The next step was this. What's the next step? Yes. Sys exit artist. Okay, and the change was 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 I'm sorry. The change was okay. Import is this. Import is the same now. Main is search from the RTO Chicago. Okay, okay. As for the user prompt ask, and we are watching request behavior. Get get. We can put the link, and we can put dictionary like query. Query is artist. So artist is a input. It's like who input artist. Okay, artist. Okay, yeah, I got it. This is try response right for status. Okay, and we have to close. Oh, okay. I'm gonna to change the. Okay. Yes. Okay. Uh, PA4. Okay, PA4. Limit stream. I didn't watch this. Okay, step by step. Request. My eyes hurt. Okay, my eyes hurt. Okay, the thing. Oh, but I have to. I have to try it, right? Yes. So choose, choose, choose. Okay. So we are creating a main function that try to another way to um it just input the artist. It just asking from the user artist so response and print couldn't complete the request and another is the same. Just the only change was input. The only change was input the asking was asking the input user input asking the user input. Okay, and try it. Yeah, okay. Okay, we have to put. Oh no, my neighbors, my neighbors, my neighbors are making noisy. Okay, I have to stop to say okay. It's like hmm, this is the four. Yeah, API four. This is the one. Yeah, the one. The two. The four. One, two, three. Okay. Print. Yeah, artist. Okay, artist. Limit tree. Just boundaries from status. Subject bearer. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna to prove the. Yeah, I'm going to put this. This is important. Or not. Okay. I, Ah, yeah, man, I'm really tired. I'm really tired. But I have to. It just left 1 hour. 1 hour. Just left 1 hour, and then it's done. Okay. Okay. I think understand. Request. Yeah. Response. Raise get. Let's put raising error. Raising error. HTTP error. Raising HTTP error. Actually, I didn't understand response rates for status. I didn't understand that. I have to watch it. I watch it again. Okay. Oh. Okay. 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 I know how can I try this? Mm-hmm. Okay. We are going to they delete this. Yeah, because it's not important. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Another. Okay. 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 Artist. Need a name. I need an artist name. So could be artist. Artist. Bango. I don't know how can I write Bango. Bango. Oh Bango. Oh Bango. 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 Okay. Oh. The bedrooms have put in the pots garden. Okay. What happened if I erase it? Bango. What happened? Axel. Axel. What happened? Arnold. Oh, Arnold. Yeah, what happened? Suzuki. Oh, Suzuki. Yeah, a name that doesn't exist is Bolillo. It doesn't exist. Ah, wow. Okay, what happens if I return what is stole and I run it again? I put Bolillo. No, Bolillo. Bolillo. Yeah, movings. Response raise for status. I didn't understand what is this. It's like raise for status. Raise for status. I don't have idea why I have put that. What does do raise for status? I don't know. HTTP error. I would like to create HTTP error, but doesn't understand what is HTTP error. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. That's an HTTP error. What happens if I erase that. Yeah, in the same way. Anyway, it doesn't work. It does work, so it doesn't matter. Erase for that. Okay. HTTP error. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. I hope. Okay. Slice. What is slice? Slice. Slice. Too few arguments. If you type Viagra. Okay, I think I am prepared, but upload the assignment. I have to check what kind of assignments I have to done. I have to do. So I have to open my code space. I, every way I feel. Okay. Okay. I hate the word. Okay. I hate it. I can say anything else that okay. Well, was maybe let me know another way to say okay without say okay, like yes, yes, yes sounds better. Yes, yes, yeah, yes, okay, yes, no, okay, no, yes, yes, all right, yes, all right, all right, all right, all right. I you feel like a shit. I have to submit that. I think submit 50 CS50 CS50 problems 2022 Python. Oh, I I forget it. Outdated. Yeah, I forget it. Yeah, it didn't work because I had to change the terminal. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Work. 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 Yes. Oh no. It's in Spanish. in order to remember that I upload this, I wanted to put check 50 check 50 CS50 problems 2022 Python outdated. Yeah. I love the thing. I love the way I did this. I did that. I am proud of that because the first version of this code that you are watching, it was really awful. But I I summarized that in that code. Yeah, for okay. Oh, all right. Nutrition meal. Yeah, meal. Mm, emojis and another. What was the another? Was not Twitter. Was Taqueria. Wasn't Taqueria or was Taqueria? Was Taqueria? Maybe it was Taqueria. I have to upload. I have to submit the all. I have to submit all these files that doesn't have this. I mean, this code, this line, yes, like taqueria. Yeah, taqueria. This, but it's not taqueria. Oh yes, taqueria. 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 No, because I didn't check. Okay. I have to check it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No. 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 Sí. Sí. In Spanish, please. All right. I don't remember. All right. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. What was the last file that I did? I think was outdated. Was the last one? Full grocery. I think was grocery. It wasn't taqueria. I completely sure about that. exceptions, and parameter 3. Full gadgets. Outdated was the last one, but the last one. I uploaded the last one, but I didn't check it was okay. If it was okay, okay. Where is outdated? Yeah, he's outdated. Outdated. CD outdated, and okay, check. Okay, please work. No, it doesn't work. And I upload this. No, can't believe that. Why? Why did I? What did I do? Oh no. Mm. But what? 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 I didn't understand. Yeah, I input to outputs expected. Not. Huh? Just this? No, I don't understand. Okay. Outdated. Python. Outdated. Py. What is the value error? Expected. Con line 38. Oh, that was the error. Okay, we're going to check. Was it was just a column. Okay, okay. Yeah, it was just a column. I'll be a fool. I was a fool. Okay, I was such a fool guy. Okay, check or not? Check now. Yeah, submit, but it's not taken yet. It's out there. Okay, click. Okay, click. I would like to delete this. Docs or my submissions? Docs. No, no docs. My submissions. Okay, there. I would like to erase that. How can I delete this? Have to resolve that problem. What problem? I Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Pilot. Okay. Yes. It's more clean. Okay. We only it just hour, 1/2 hour, or a half of hour, and we done. Plates tip. Emojis. I have to resolve emojis because there is no emojis. Okay, emojis. And I'm gonna to create another folder. Its name is make G is figlet pie. Okay, figlet pie. Figlet pie. Sorry, figlet pie. Or code figlet pie. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, that's how to work. I input a text and it shows me like was Python fillet pie Epsilon. Oh, Epsilon. Hello world. Wow, it's like italic font rectangles. Wow, amazing. Okay, we're going to read this. Figlet named after Frankie and Glenn letters is a program from early 90s for making large letters outdated as a form of ASCII art. Among of the fonts supported by Figlet are those at Figlet are examples HTML, HTML. Figlet has since been ported to Python as a model called PyFiglet. PyFiglet. In a file called PyFiglet, implement a program that expects 0 or 2 command line arguments. 0 if the user would like to output text in a random font. 0 if the user would like to output text. Okay, expect 0 or 2 command lines arguments. 0 if the user would like to input text in a random form. 2 if the user would like to output text in a specific font. Yeah, simple. Specific font, in which case that 2 should be F or F font, and the second 2 should be the same font. Prompts the user for a str text, outputs the text in the desired font. If the user provides 2 command line arguments and first is not F or font, on the second is not the name font, the prompt should exit via access. The user provides 2 command line arguments and the first is not F or font, or the second is not. The second is not the name of a font, the prompt should be exit. Input hello world, slant, hello world, font, rectangles. Ported to Python as a model called PyFiglet. Okay, should be in the second or to font in the second. Oh well. Okay. Font. Okay. Some examples of Figlet fonts: Acrobatic, Alligator, Alphabet. Wow, this is big, though. How's the isometric one? Katakana. Beeper. Moo. Puffy. Puffy. Okay. Hypnosis. You can use Pyfillet on taste. Two ways. First, it appears in the command line as C Figlet, thus supports most of the same options. With help to see full list of weeks, mostly you will only use change the font. It defaults standard leaf. It's also library that can use in Python code from Piglet from Figlet. Oh, pip install pip Figlet. Okay, have to start with that. Clear. Week 4. Week 4 is no, it's Figlet that by Figlet that by just Figlet Figlet. Figlet.py and just have to no, but it's not that py, it's no. Yeah, Figlet. Yeah, a Figlet has a file Figlet.py. Oh, yeah, Figlet.py as Figlet. And Figlet have to pip install Figlet. Pip install Figlet. Pip install Figlet. No. Pip install Figlet. No, it doesn't work. Pip install Figlet. Pip install PyFiglet. Okay. PyFiglet. Okay. And then import PyFiglet. And then usage. You can use PyFiglet one of two ways. First is to predict command lines. Yeah. We'll only use if okay. Import from PyFiglet, import Figlet, Figlet Font slant print text to render. Okay. Python 3. Okay, read the recommendations. My eyes hurt. My eyes hurt a lot. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this because I'm curious about how how this work. Okay, from pay fillet, from bread fillet to the type fillet. Okay, play. Text to render. Okay, text to render. Text to render. Okay, text to render. And another way is pie fillet. Okay, the another way is just import from pie fillet. The two ways. Pie fillet, point fillet. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, we have to input and output. This is finely pied notes. Finely pied notes. And another fillet.py. Okay, finely pied notes. Okay. Just import this and def main import print input. Oh no, print now. I'm just kidding. Okay, text user text was input. Input user text input. The user text is input and user text is input, and then we are going to figure it out how text to render. Maybe this. I love this way. Big pie-figlet format. Figlet format. And text to render was user text. User text. User text. Maybe just user text in font slant. Font arcsys port sys. Okay. User text input. Okay. If arcsys is arcsys, if sys argv, if len of argv no, if len no. Yes, if length of arcsys b is plus is greater than 0, yes, greater than 0, 1. No, is equal 1. If length arcsys is equal 1, plus okay. So next. Okay, man. I'm sorry. Hello. Hi. Navi. Navi. Yeah, excellent. Oh, yes. Print. Print. Printf. Navi. Navi. Okay. Okay. Strip. Scratcher. Import. Or random. Or random. Okay. If len is equal, strip. If bifilet is bifilet, perform. Mm. Random. Okay, random. Random choice. Random choice. Random random. Random choice. Random choice. Okay. Statistics. Okay. Statistics. Okay. Random choice. Random choice. Random that choice. Okay. I have to do a list of have to do a list. Okay. Okay.
Your love's as cold as ice, and I feel like it could freeze my heart. But if you
Okay.
let me warm you,
Okay, okay. Okay, finish. We finish. I think I have a mistake here. Random choice. Fill a font. Fill a font. Oh, I think it's that. Yes. So, random. Fill a font handwriting is not colorable. Hmm. Yeah, because fill a font doesn't mean anything. Fill it. Point. Fill a point. Fill a font. Fonts. Thing. Okay. Let's again. Let's try again. Random. No. Pi figlet. Figlet. No. Okay, in choice. If not, then. Okay. The error is random. Random is the error. Okay, going random choice. No, it's not choice. Maybe it's random. Random choice. Random. Let's go with random. Maybe random. One required positional argument B. He didn't understand. By failure phone, what is that? Hmm. Pronounce. Print. Oh yeah, standard. What is by figure font? Figure font. What is figure font? What is that? Figure font. Figure font. Figure font. Figlet. Figlet get fonts. Figlet. Figlet get fonts. Then Figlet get fonts. Figlet get fonts. Maybe Figlet from Pi Figlet or Figlet for Figlet. Figlet get fonts. Maybe feel a font. Hmm, I don't understand. Maybe tomorrow I gonna to understand feel it font. Okay, we are done. Thanks to call with me. And tomorrow we are learn more about this uh, fonts. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.